I'm so happy to have with me Deborah Kalinikos. She is the founder of Animal Packers. And you know how much I love to have women on the show who are entrepreneurs. And I love Deborah's story because she is a grandma. She doesn't sound like a grandma. She sounds extremely young. Not to say that grandmas can't be young, but she has such an incredible story. And I'm thrilled to have her on the show. Deborah, thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you, Michelle. It's an honor to be here.
You're welcome. So my daughter is a little over 2 and she
hmm
just discovered the Elmo backpack and she
hmm
loves just putting backpacks on. It makes her, it's fun. It's fun to go to school in a backpack. So when I saw your animal packers, I thought, oh my gosh, these are adorable, perfect gifts
Thank you.
for you're welcome, your son, your daughter, your grandchild. So tell me a little bit about animal packers.
Well, Animal Packers started in a way that I would have never guessed. I am an engineer, and I decided several years ago that I was kind of done. I was ready to just try something different. And my daughter already had my first grandchild. Olivia was about 18 months old, and my daughter realized she was pregnant with her second child. And she wanted to start teaching Olivia, to carry her own stuff. And she couldn't find, my daughter could not find a backpack that fit Olivia well. And I had, I just decided to retire and figure out what I wanted to do. And I just went and bought a sewing machine on a whim. and I started playing around with it and discovered that I could make stuff without patterns. And so I was just having fun playing with it when my daughter asked me to make a backpack to fit Olivia. And Olivia, 18 months old, very precocious, turns to me and said, Nana, can you make me a lion? So she wanted a lion. And it was so cute. I'm like, yeah, I used to draw when I was a little kid. And so that's kind of what started it all.
That's incredible. I love businesses that start because you either see a need for something or you get inspired, and nothing like getting inspired by your own granddaughter. So tell me a little bit about the actual backpack and what designs it comes in and what sets it apart from some of these other backpacks out there.
Okay, well, that's a really good question, and thank you so much for asking it. When I decided I didn't start pursuing the business right away after I made her the backpack and stuff. But when I decided to go see, is this scalable? Can this actually become a business? I thought, before I do that, I need to make sure how I actually want them to be. And I thought, okay, all moms need something washable. If you design it for a child, it has to be washable. Yes. So that to me was a necessity. The other thing, I needed it to be super lightweight. And I had already learned a ton about textiles just from playing around. So I was choosing fabrics that could make it really lightweight. And then I decided, if I'm going to do this, it needs to be ethically sourced, ethically made, and all of that. And so I kind of put together some criteria of how I wanted it to be manufactured. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that sets it apart, is how we approached it in the very beginning. The characters are all characters that I drew when I was a child. And it's so funny because even my mother will say, oh, I remember that bear, or yeah, there's that monkey again, from a gajillion years ago. So the backpacks are super lightweight. They're about 7 ounces each, and they are washable, and fully lined. So you can wash it as many times as you need to. And we even include a care bag inside.
Oh, very cute. So a care bag that you put your backpack into, or that goes into the backpack?
It's a laundry bag, basically. And the idea behind it is, when you buy stuff for your kids, then after about 6 months, you're like, wait a minute, can I wash this? I don't really remember. So I thought, if I design a laundry bag that has all the right colors and labeling and everything, and it sits in somebody's laundry room, they're going to go, oh, yeah, I can wash that thing.
Right. No, that's great. And it's just that extra level of protection that makes you feel comfortable when you are washing the backpack. Because I know I do like to throw in my bags too, especially when you get back from traveling maybe, or even just your kid going to school every day. And so that's really smart. I like that, because a lot of times I'm like, I hope I could put this in the washing machine. So tell me how you went from, I know what your inspiration was, but I think there are a lot of people who have these ideas and they want to do something, but they say, oh, it's out of my reach. I can't do it. It's too much. There's a million excuses. So how did you take that idea to reality and now to this business?
That's another, oh boy, that's such a hard question to answer because in the midst of it, it's just so hard, But then you look back and it's like, oh, yeah, I did that. And how I did it is I just kept asking questions. And when I would find answers to the questions, but the answers would bring up other questions. And I just kept moving forward. So if anybody, they decide they want to do something like this, just keep moving forward. Just keep going,
Yeah. And find the time.
Yeah. I don't have little ones to raise anymore. My children are grown.
Right.
I have
No, that's
now.
great. Yeah. Yes. So I think that's encouraging too for moms who may be newer moms who feel that they have all these ideas, but no time, that, you know what, you can have time in a few years. It doesn't have to be right now.
Michelle, I totally agree. And that's just it. As an engineer, I believe you can have it all, but I truly don't think you can have it all at once. I mean, I just don't. Right. If you've got little kids and you feel like it's your mission to be there every day, then just do it without excuse. That's your decision for your family. And if you feel like you need to work full time to support the family, then do it without excuse. Because that's your decision for your family. Women, we feel so guilty about these things. And it's like, there's tons of time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I battle it every day. I think, okay, well, I know that I'm staying home right now with my children at the same time. I have this radio show at the same time. There's another business I'd like to do. And I feel that I'm being pulled in so many different directions, and it's tough, and we have to be more forgiving to ourselves.
We do. And you have to forgive yourself. Exactly. That's so funny. You and I sound like kindred spirits.
Oh, we could go on. And then the best is, I'll just put this out there, when a certain someone husband says to you, well, your job is just to stay home with the kids and I work. And I think, do you have any idea what else is going on while I stay home with the kids? Any?
I know. They think staying home is just sitting around. No.
Right. Yeah. No. It's unreal. But anyway, let's get back to you and how successful you have made business. So the characters that you started with the lion, and you mentioned a few others that are in the line now too.
Well, the lion actually is not quite in the line because to make it manufacturable, I had to change some of the design elements, but it is coming. The factory is working on some samples and stuff, but we started with a monkey, a bear, a bird, the dog, and the dog is our spokesperson. He's like the leader of the pack.
He's very cute.
He's our bestseller. And then we added a bat, a horse, and a bull. We added those about 6 months after we introduced the first 4. So those are the characters we have now, but they're all based. They all have certain characteristics, and they're all based on people in my life. So that's been fun too.
Oh, that's great. So can you give me an example of who the dog is based on?
Well, okay. So the dog is actually me.
Okay.
His characteristics and stuff. But the monkey, Nene Monkey, is based on my daughter. She's the mother of my 3 grandkids right now. But when she was a little girl, she just would do cartwheels and flips, and she was a trained gymnast and all that kind of stuff. But we just called her our Nene Monkey. So of course I had to name the monkey after her,
Right.
And my son, who is a professional classical musician at this point, started the beatboxing thing when he was little, and he would drive everybody crazy with his noise making and all of that. He was musical from day one, and I called him Booski. For some reason, that name just fit with all his musical stuff. So the bear is Booski Bear, is named after him.
That's great. Yeah. I love it. So you had mentioned before that the bags are lightweight. They're easy to carry. What can actually fit in each bag?
That's a really good question. Pretty much anything you would need, like if you're going on an airplane adventure with your family, everything that the little one would need during the adventure, snacks, a drink cup, change of clothes, diaper wipes, that kind of stuff if the child is little, and, toys and games and things like that. They're designed to hold up to about 5 pounds, but that's really too much weight for a little body. You want to probably keep it to 3 to 4 pounds for a little body, but they can hold more than that. What's interesting to me is, these were designed for little kids, about 18 months up to about age 6 or 7. But parents buy them for older kids to go on vacation because a tablet fits inside perfectly, and they're super soft because they're made of neoprene. So it's a way to protect the tablet too.
Yeah, no, that's great. I like that they're made out of neoprene. And when you described what could fit in them, I thought that is so ideal because I mentioned the backpack that my daughter uses now that she likes, and we're lucky if it fits her lunchbox in it, and that's about it. There's nothing else fitting in that backpack.
Well, and I mean, I guess in defense of that backpack, she's 2.5. She's tiny. And it's so funny because when I started designing these, and I'd talk to preschools and elementary schools, and they said, well, a folder has to fit inside. And I thought, okay, that's easy to work around. But guess what? Office products are not designed for little bodies. So you either design the backpack to fit the office products or you design the backpack to fit the child. And I decided to design the backpacks to fit the child. You can fit folders in like the bear and the monkey designs. The folder's going to get crumpled at the top. It was one of those things that's like, gosh, if I expand that even a couple more inches, it's not going to fit their shoulders correctly. It's going to be just too big.
Right.
So,
well, it's nice to know that you put in all of that time and thought to know exactly what can go in and exactly to what point. And so when somebody's buying one of these, they can be confident to know that it's going to fit the necessities of what, like you said, a 2.5-year-old or a 6-year-old may need for that particular time that they're using the backpack.
Right. What my daughter does is all 3 of her kids pack their own backpack when they come spend the night with me. It's really kind of cute. Just whatever you put in there is what you have. Just don't forget your panties,
Right. I like that. It's enough room and it's a surefire way that they don't overpack and that mommy's carrying it all.
Right. Or she'll give them a list and they go through and, put in there what's on the list.
Yeah. No, I love it. So where are the backpacks sold right now? Where can they get them?
We sell them on our website, animalpackers.com, and our new website should be launching either Friday or sometime next week. I'm very excited about that. So we sell them on animalpackers.com, and we also sell them on Amazon. Not all of our SKUs are available on Amazon, but you can find some of them there.
Okay. And I love the name. How did you come up? It sounds so perfect.
So much of this has been serendipity. It's been just bizarre. So, I was just kind of drawing these little animals, and I thought these are animal packs, animal backpacks, and I was kind of playing around with domain names, and I thought Animal Packers. Oh, I'm sure that's taken.
Right.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah, I love that. When you come up with a name, I came up with a name recently. I was shocked it wasn't taken. I thought, you've got to be kidding. It's the most, it seems like it would be the most basic, intuitive name. But so you struck gold because that is one that's very easy to remember.
Right, and I don't have to spell it out. When you tell people animalpackers.com, you don't have to spell anything. They know how to spell it automatically.
Right, exactly. And that's huge and makes it easy. So again, tell people where they can go, your website, your social media.
Oh, animalpackers.com is our main website. You can find all our social media at the bottom of that page. We're on Instagram and Facebook and ramping up on Pinterest and Twitter, not so much, but we do have a Twitter feed.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like it's a full-time job and you have to pick the ones. I think obviously Instagram is good for your product because people can actually, see it. And yeah, well, congratulations. I mean, really, I loved speaking to you. You're welcome. What a great story, a great product. And I'm going to be going to your website soon and picking out a few animal packers for my kids. So
thank you. I also want to mention one of the things that we wanted to be sure to do is, in order to be ethical, we had to have a shipping box to send them out in. And I thought, well, why not make a cute shipping box that's usable? So our shipping box is colorable. Kids can color it and then reuse it.
I love it. Love it because my daughter loves to color boxes. We get a package in the mail. Out come the crayons. That is brilliant. Deborah, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, she is the founder of Animal Packers. I'm Michelle Jerson. You're listening to Passport Mommy.